Hi and welcome to our new series, How I Settled in West Sweden. In this series, you will hear the real stories of people who have embraced living in a new country and have settled in West Sweden. Today, we hear the story of Fernanda Aragão, who moved to Gothenburg from Brazil because her husband got an exciting job offer in the automotive industry.
It may take time to you to figure out how you can help this new society. Especially if you are a partner, be patient. It's a challenge, but I moved with a very positive mindset. Is it easy? No, it's not at all. I would say that we learn on the way and we find our own way. But I got a lot of experience here and I had a great opportunity. My name is Fernanda Aragão. I came from Brazil in 2021. I live in Gothenburg, Sweden with my husband and my daughter. He got a job here at Volvo Cars. Since this time we've been living in the experience a new life here. Gothenburg is a place where there are a lot of opportunities for engineers, and my husband has a large experience in the automotive sector, so he got a job here at Volvo Cars. And then we heard about the work-life balance and the quality of life that we could experience if we moved here. And then we decided to try it. Personally, I love to be in touch with people from different cultures. And in our city in Brazil, in Salvador, we didn't have those kind of opportunities because we had a daughter, like 1 year old, when we moved here. A lot of people said it's really good to raise kids here in Sweden. So we said, yeah, let's go there. Let's try a new life. I can't say that it's easy to come as a partner because we put our family in the first. As a journalist, as a communicator, I worked as a reporter for 6 years before I moved to Sweden. I work as a press officer as well in Brazil and in a lot of events. And to restart my career as a journalist, as a communicator in a new country, which the language is not the same as my mother tongue, which is Portuguese. It's a challenge, but I moved with a very positive mindset. If I want to experience the quality of life that I wanted when I was in Brazil, I have to do good things and feel good and happy and try to do the best things the best way to find my career again here. And that's a positive mindset that I try to bring to my life every day. Is it easy? No, it's not at all. Sometimes it's tough to apply for jobs and I receive a lot of no's. But I got a lot of experience here and I had a great opportunity. And I think this positive mindset, like, it's going to be okay. I will find a way. People will recognize me as a professional is something that helps me a lot. I could go deeper in a place that I've never thought I could. I had a contract, a 1 year contract in a Swedish company, and then I could learn a lot the language. I became fluent in Swedish because of this experience. But I also was, I would say I was courage and daring. I mean, it's very important when you come from other countries, especially if you don't have English as the first language, for example, it can be challenging. You can work as a volunteer in a lot of places without Swedish, and then I start by doing volunteer with my English. I had a opportunity to work with other internationals from different countries at the International House Gothenburg and in several events of the city. I took the advantage that I had the experience with events which not require, for example, a large knowledge of Swedish. And then I got other opportunities until I got my experience, like 1 year contract with a Swedish company. The first thing, when I think about network, I think about real connections. I cannot do it in a different way. If I go to an event, I'm not the person that just asks for the LinkedIn for the person. No, I really speak with the person. I'm really curious about the professional life. And then sometimes the conversation is so nice that we even talk about the personal life or like the point of view according to news or something that is happening in the moment. So I believe in the real connections. And then I speak with the person later. If I see that the connection really happened, let's keep talking. Okay, some months you don't talk with this person, but okay, I saw something that maybe this person that I met in this event, maybe this person would like to see. So share this information. It's a way to keep this contact. I don't know how to do in a different way. Of course, some people can say, okay, you are so social and it's easier for you. Maybe it can be easy for me, but it's not easy to do it in another language, in another country. Even for me, it was not so easy in the beginning, but it's something that we train. If we have the courage to be exposed, to go to the event, to participate, to get involved in the volunteer job, it's a good way to start to grow this network. I can tell an interesting story. My first volunteer job was in the Gothenburg Film Festival. What was in my mind? I love movies. I worked in TV. I love broadcast production. I love audiovisual content. So I will find a place where I can interact with people with some subjects, something that I like to. So it's easier to come to my mind some words, even English. So yeah, I can speak about movies. Yeah, it'd be good. If someone asks me about something, I can change some knowledge in these things. So I thought immediately, okay, it can be easy for me because it's something that I like to. It was my first volunteer job, Gothenburg Film Festival. Then, after the Gothenburg Film Festival, I told my boss in that time, the manager of the volunteers, I said, I'm really interested to do other jobs. I would love to have other opportunities, other volunteer opportunities to help somehow during the weekends and when my husband can taking care of my daughter, I can do other jobs. And he said, okay, we keep in touch. And then I sent an email because it's not just say, okay, we keep in touch and never talk anymore. No, I said, take my email. I'll take your email as well. I sent an email, so remember me from the Gothenburg Film Festival. And then he sent to me other 2 events of the city. And then some 2 or 3 months later, I worked at Vetenskapsfestivalen, which is the science festival, the biggest science festival in the city. And then I got another opportunity to work in the West Pride in June. It was just like in 4 or 6 months. And then all the opportunities, all volunteer job that I did, I made some contacts and I keep talk with those contacts. 1 month later, I received an email from someone from the science festival called me to work in an event. So in that time, I was not looking for a job. I was offered a job. Someone offered me a job. And then I work in the 2 other events. Another major event which calls Bokmessen, the largest book fair here in the Nordic countries, in the Scandinavia. Oh my God. I'm here just 1 year and I've been working like in 4 or 5 places already. The funny thing is, 3 years later, I still have contact with the person that I worked at the book fair, the film festival, the West Pride, and all the time that I have opportunity, I said, okay, maybe I can volunteer again. I work as a freelancer, but maybe I'm available to help you. It's a way to keep the contact as well. Because sometimes we think just, I work with this person once and then I forgot this person and never talk anymore. I don't think you're going to grow your network this way. No, not at all. If you made a good contact and you had a connection with this person, keep talk, send an email, share interesting things, and maybe years later you can come back and I'm sure that this person will remember you because first, of course, you had to do a good job. I can't say I was a good professional. Otherwise, the person never would recommend me to other jobs. And of course, keep talking. It's not all the time and being an annoying person like, hey, hey, do you have a job for me? No, it's not like this. It has to come like naturally. And it's something that we exercise. We just exercise. And being open to the opportunities is something that I'm open to new things. So I did a lot of volunteer jobs here. And then I consider that it's really good to grow, network, to learn how is the Swedish way to work, because it's really different. For example, when you're working in some events in Brazil, you have such a way to manage the things, even when it comes, for example, what time you're going to eat or what they provide. Some volunteers job here, they paid. It's not just free jobs. It's something different than my country. But of course, I try new things, and yeah, it's just interesting. I've never worked before, like doing purchase, for example. It was not part of my job as a journalist. But here, working with administrative things, and I've learned how to purchase in a Swedish environment. And that's something new that is just a plus for me as a professional. They think it's really funny about the network, because it was exactly like this. You keep in touch with person, and then you start to receive. And the Swedish professional, all the people that I had, like my connections, my Swedish connections, are very powerful. They trusted my job once, they keep trusting me, and they really recommend me to other person, and then it's really incredible. I think I work in a branch that is not so easy. Like, working in communication is not easy anywhere. Like, it's not easy in Brazil to find like a permanent job as a communicator. Sometimes they need 20 engineers or more, but they just need one communicator. It's not easy. It's not just about Sweden. And these things, of course, it takes time to accept it. It was not in the second year that I think now I understand it much better and accept it. That's fine. It's the branch, and that's what I love to do. I love to communicate, and I want to keep doing this. I want to keep my career here. So that's okay. It's gonna be okay. I will find my way. I can find a way to keep doing what I love to do here. And then I accepted that it's not easy in my branch. Was like a plus, like, oh my God, yeah, that's okay, Fernanda. Keep doing the things that you are doing, keep your contacts, and the doors will open by the time. I think by the time when we move, when we live in another country, we experience a new life in the same life. And with the experience that we had before, we add another experience. And on the way, we learn a lot of different things. I started to look for a job really early. When my daughter started the school, I went to SFE, but at the same time, I started to apply. But I didn't apply for a lot of jobs, like send several CVs. No, I was very strategic. I started to grow my network, and then I started to see what kind of jobs could fit for me. And then I tried to find a way. For example, okay, if I don't have English as a first language, I will not apply for these kind of job that require a high level of English, for example. But I can speak English, and I'm very good in communicate with people. I'm very social, easygoing, and my culture is very open. We can stay in touch with people from different countries and culture. So I will find those jobs that is more fit me. But of course, on the way, we see a lot of kind of jobs and places that are, okay, I will try to fit here, I will try to fit there. And then now, after 4 years, I can say that I found a little bit better my way, because we change on the way. We change as a professional, we change as a person. I'm not the same Fernanda as I was 4 years before. 4 years ago, I was one Fernanda, and now in 2025, I'm another Fernanda. After this, I got a little bit from the Swedish culture as well. There's something that I can't accept. In the beginning, I could accept it, now I can't accept it when it comes, for example, when we think about jobs. I applied for jobs that now I said, no, it's not the life that I want to my family, to me. So I'm more strategic in that sense. I would say that we learn on the way and we find our own way instead of fit in some place that is not for us. But it takes time. And we have to be patient. We have to do, maybe therapy can help as well. I would say like a tip for someone that like wants to live abroad and wants to restart a career. I think to learn by ourselves and keep the good and positive mindset, it requires a lot of self-knowledge. And also sometimes we need help for other professionals, and it's that totally okay. I think it's just a good thing to do. Like do therapy, stay in touch with the community to feel at home as well, because it's a huge difference for me, for example. It's another culture, and to stay with my community helped me a lot as well. I met a lot of people, I applied for jobs, and then I think we try and accept that, okay, the no is gonna come. It's inevitable. I would say accept the no and try again. It's a good mindset, a good way to react when it's not so easy to navigate in this professional life. Then I got my first year contract in a Swedish company. When I finished this year of contracts, I started freelance to work with my community. And then 1 year later, now I'm still freelancing, but at the same time, I decided to come back and participate in another program provided by Arbeidsformidlingen in partnership with one course here, Folkuniversitetet and Arbeidsformidlingen, which calls Korta Vägen. And then I came back and I'm studying Swedish again. I had finished SFE before. But now I said, okay, I think it's time to come back to Swedish. I had an experience in the market. I speak Swedish fluently, but maybe it's important to have like the certification that I really can Swedish and to apply, for example, for other courses here. So I'm studying Swedish again and also project management, and we have the opportunity to do other course in this program called Korta Vägen. And it's for free. It's just for free. And of course, I had to keep applying for job positions. But in the meantime, I can grow my knowledge and be more competitive if I want to get like a permanent position here. I think our community is very important to help us somehow, because culture is much more than language. We can connect with people from our city or country in a way much more easy than with people from other countries. We can have information from healthcare or education, but it's different when someone from your city, from your country say in the way that we understand the healthcare, we understand the education, and then they can give us some tips, help us somehow in the easiest way. So the community is very important. I would say if you want to live abroad, try to find someone that connects with you somehow, with your culture, like Brazilian community. In Gothenburg you can find a lot of groups like on Facebook, on WhatsApp, even through LinkedIn, you can find people from the same country you are and send a message and start a conversation. I think the community can help a lot in this network, because if you are applying for a specific company and then you know someone that speaks the same language as you, that has the same, not the same values, but share somehow your culture, it's much easier to speak with these people, and then you can start a conversation, and then it can give you, for example, an interview. I got some interviews that way, for example. I found a Brazilian inside of this company, and then, yeah, hey, my name is Fernanda, I came from Brazil, and present yourself, talk about experience, like mark a coffee or invite this person to have lunch or something, and they just have a great conversation. And then this person can be someone that will give you an opportunity for an interview or just to suggest to you inside of the company. If it's a huge company, it's good to have someone inside to say, yeah, this is a good person. These interactions with people from the same culture can help a lot. It can be helpful for people to understand more about other cultures, and I feel like that's nice. Somehow it helps me to be positive about life here, enjoy the life here. So I keep producing content for my communities, for my people, and for friends and other curious people in Brazil. And at the same time, try to find my way, my own professional way here, looking for how I can provide to this city, how I can help this society to grow as well. I think I've been living in this both sides, and it's helped me to be more happy and positive and live as I wished before I came here. We have book fairs in Portuguese, which is very nice for the kids that they are growing up here, and then they can find, for example, books in Portuguese, and we exchange a little bit. Yeah, we have some parties. We have a significant number of Brazilians living here. We have a lot of good engineers and very high specialized and great professionals in the automotive sector that came from Brazil. It's not so difficult to be a Brazilian here. You can find friends, or if you are alone and you are Brazilian that is listening, just reach out. We can find a way to you feel more comfortable and at home. I love to create content. So I create content in Portuguese, sometimes in English, and I share with my community my view from like what is life is here in Sweden and some curiosities, because people in Brazil can think, oh, okay, it's just a place with people, blonde people with blue eyes, and not like this. Gothenburg and Sweden is much more than this. So I share some perspectives and some interesting things that I can find here in Gothenburg in the other cities that I visit. I have these open eyes to see more than blonde people and the white people. No, it's more than this. I experience another Gothenburg. Gothenburg is a city with people from a lot of countries. You can see a lot of black people as me here as well. And then I can share those perceptions as well with people in Brazil. And then I produce some content in Portuguese about it. I write some texts as well. And I think it's just nice to keep me doing what I love to do, because through the internet we can work, we can still doing things that we previously did in our country. And then at the same time, it can be helpful for people to understand more about other cultures. And I feel like that's nice. Somehow it helps me to be positive about life here, enjoy the life here. So I keep producing content for my communities, for my people, and for friends and other curious people in Brazil. And at the same time, try to find my way, my own professional way here, looking for how I can provide to this city, how I can help this society to grow as well. I think I've been living in this both sides, and it's helped me to be more happy and positive and live as I wished before I came here. When I first saw Gothenburg and I first saw Sweden, I thought I would just find very close people here. But it's not like this. If you be open to make new friends, you can really make Swedish friends. That is my experience here. Gothenburg is much more diverse city than I thought before. It's something that is like, if you're a black person as I am, I'm a black woman from Latin America, and I thought I would be, oh my God, I'm the only one. No, not at all. It's a very diverse city, it's a very diverse place. And of course there are challenges, but I don't feel unsafe as an immigrant here. I actually feel safe. And it's all about to be open to exchange the culture as well. I think Swedish people are quite open in the big cities, I can say. I live in the second largest city in Sweden. People are happy when we share our culture, our knowledge from Brazil and from India or from China. They're nice. Don't keep in your mind just the misconception about Swedish people. Just get to know the things. Be open to learning the language, be open to be in a new culture, and it's just nice. I'm aware the person that take breaks and have a fika and enjoy the time just walking in nature and go to the beach and enjoy the sun. Each piece of sun. It has been a great experience as a mother and with a small daughter here in the city, because kids require a lot of attention, and when we are in another place, everything is new. But at the same time, we here in Gothenburg, I could find a great opportunity to be with her. Even the first 6 months that we were here, I found a place called open schools for parents that are like taking care of their kids when they are not working. During the first 6 months, we created a routine, me and my daughter. We've been there, and I started to be in touch with the Swedish culture. We learned a lot of music. I made my first Swedish friend in those opportunities. I just remember teachers that are there for both for the international parents and the Swedish parents. I would say those open schools save the people that come from other countries with kids, because it's a good start. And then we had some friends that already had kids here, and then they helped us with some instructions, how to apply for schools, how to get access for the health care. And also the best place to go with kids is Gothenburg has a lot of place to go with kids. And it has been a great experience as a mother and with a small daughter here in the city. We speak Portuguese, and she got the Swedish language really quickly. It was impressive. She's totally adapted. She likes everything. I think she's half Brazilian, half Swedish already. I can say that she's a little Swedish. At home, yeah, she's growing up here. It's part of her life. The last summer was wonderful. We could go to a lot of beaches. I grew up in a city with a lot of water, surrounded by the sea. For me, it's wonderful to be here in Gothenburg and has a lot of water as well. We had the opportunity to go to the beaches. Of course, it's cold water. It's not warm as my city in Brazil, but we've been to different cities close to Gothenburg, and then we visited wonderful beaches. It was interesting for me because I could find beaches that we have a secure place, we can feel safe in the places here. I would say that was the best summer. I enjoy even more the sun right now here in Sweden. I love this culture of second-hand things. I liked it before I came here, and then here I can find a lot of second-hand stores. My daughter, when she was born in Brazil, I got a lot of second-hand clothes from friends. And when I arrived in Gothenburg and I saw a lot of second-hand stores, I said, oh my God, so good, so nice. I really think it's a sustainable way to do the things. And it's real. It's not just the speech. Okay, Gothenburg is a sustainable city, but you don't see it in the reality. No, we see it here, especially in this sense of we put the trash and then we select and recycle things. It's a reality in my life. It's something that I didn't have in Brazil, but I have here in Gothenburg. You can find things as a second hand as well. You can see some cities that just say, okay, I'm sustainable, but in the daily life is not. But here I can feel like, yes, it's a reality here. I said, I will learn this language. I want to learn the language. I want to live and get to know the culture. And I think language is, I know culture is not about the language just, but I think the language helps us to learn much more and be more engaged and start deep conversations with Swedish people. And then I put it in my mind, I will learn it. I will learn it. I did the SFE, but I think the practice and all of the volunteer jobs, all of the professional jobs that I had here during these 3.5 years that I've really engaged in the marketing and the job life, the professional life. I just put in my mind, I will do it. I remember my first day when I worked in a company from the municipality, Gothenburg city, one of the companies. My colleague presented me to all the company. Was really funny because I decorate some words. It was a job that required both Swedish and English. I did an interview in Swedish and mixed with English in that time. It was totally okay for the position. It was totally fine. I just mixed Swedish and English and then I got the job. And then in the presentation, I decorate some sentences in Swedish. I think it was more than 50 people. They were all Swedish people in the company, and I just said for everyone, I said, "Hi, my name is Fernanda, I come from Brazil." And then I said, "I really want to learn Swedish. Please, just speak Swedish with me." And everyone accepted it, and they helped me a lot. Everyone that came to me since this time, they came speaking Swedish. Sometimes they were speaking a little bit slowly, and then I could catch the word. And every fika was there, sit and listen. And of course, in the beginning, it was really hard. In some conversations, some lunch, I were like, "Oh my God, I'm a little bit afraid if someone come and sit with me and speak Swedish and start speak really fast. I don't know how to react," but I was there. And I said, "Oh no, I will keep the language. I will learn." And it's like a kid. We learn how to repeat the things. We learn the way to say the thing. It was a wonderful experience because just during 1 year, I was listening Swedish. I still have lunch with my Swedish colleagues from this job. And now I can speak fluently. It's something that I want to say for people that came as a partner to Sweden. You have a lot of opportunities here. In the beginning, it can be really tough. Sometimes we can cry a lot and feel, "Oh my God, I don't have my life." But at the same time, if you look a little bit more, a little bit careful, you can say, "Okay, I have the opportunity to study at the university for free." Or you can go and finish your Swedish for free as well and increase your chance to be more competitive in the job marketing. That's what I'm doing now. I had the opportunity to do it. At the same time that I freelance, I can study again. As I said once, I had the opportunity to speak to some other newcomers. As a partner and a new life in a new country is not a line that you started here, especially if you are not in the sector that require more professional. For example, in Gothenburg, we had a lot of jobs in some sectors like science. They need engineers and other stuff, but if you're not a professional of this field, it doesn't mean you not get a job, but it may be a little bit more difficult. It's not a linear journey. You can start studying and then volunteer and got a job, or you can just got a job and you can be lucky and okay, someone that needs someone like you, and then you can get a job, you can work in 2 years, and then you decide, okay, now I want to study, and then you can study. If you choose to live abroad, it's easier. It's important to keep this mindset and remember it's not a line, because life is not a line, right? It's just the life that happens. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, and then it's not a line. That's something that's nice when you are a partner. You can try a little bit more than the person that is like providing the main support at home. Of course, we are supporting them in other sense as well. We are taking care of kids. We are supported like psychologically. We are supporting them as well. I would say be patient, especially if you are a partner. It may take time to you to figure out how you can help the city, how you can help this new society. Be patient. Try to know yourself more and more to increase your confidence. Remember that you are a good person, you are a good professional. You are just in a new place with another challenge. But it's still your life and you have other opportunities as well. So be patient, taking care of yourself. Try to be engaged in the culture as much as you can. Try to learn the language. Be courageous. Try new things. It may take time to you to figure out how you can help the new society, because it's not about just to fit in the new society. Maybe you're not fit easily, especially if you came from a different culture, but it takes time to find how can I provide something for this new reality, this new society, because we have our values, we have our competence from our countries as well. So keep a good and positive mindset. Cry if it's necessary. It's a new life and it's a new opportunity to learn other things and be happy as well. That's it. It's just life happening in a new way, and it's just good.
In the next episode, you will hear the story of Mélanie Boccarou, who moved to Gothenburg from France but has lived in many different countries, and will speak about the cultural differences living in Sweden.
Sweden has been my biggest cultural shock. Out of all the countries I've lived and worked in, for example, politeness is exactly the opposite between France and Sweden. So what's very polite in France is very rude in Sweden, and what's very polite in Sweden is very rude in France. So a culture like Sweden is called a coconut culture because the outside skull is very hard to come in, but as soon as you come through that first very hard barrier, in the inside it's very easy and very lovely and very warm. When you live here, the quality of life and everything that is possible when you actually are settled here and have your routines, etc., it's so good.